Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Aquarius for the month of May. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now I will not send you a message on any platform, so if you get a message from someone on Instagram, YouTube, wherever, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Do not get scams. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. I am using the Gilded Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, and the Kipper deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. And as a reminder, you can buy the Gilded Tarot using the Easy Tarot, which is also linked. The other thing I will say is that less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, and so if you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, let me make sure everything is in view here, and we'll get right into it. Okay. I think that looks just about good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom, you have the King of Wands. Love to see this for you here, Aquarius. The King of Wands is a card associated with entrepreneurship, and you know, this is the classic self-employed individual. They almost always prefer to be in business for themselves when they can. Now, if you do find a King of Wands in the workplace, which you will, they will be in their career field or in their job because they truly want to be at that job. They are not there. You will never see a King of Wands in a dead-end job. That's the way to put it. Because they lead from their passions and they lead from inspiration, and they're big on hobbies, and they're big on turning those hobbies into their career. And so it's a very good situation for that. You can see here actually on the throne as well. Do you see the stars? I always like to say this person is oftentimes like the star of the show. If you find them working for someone, they are definitely qualified, and they definitely are extremely talented, and probably a person that people look up to in career situations, in job situations. And it's definitely another person that it's somebody who's fun to work with. Now, in your overall message here, in your current situation, this is interesting because you do have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the counterpart to the King of Wands, and so this is maybe for a smaller percentage of some of you, but some of you may be like finding power couple, like some of you may be finding a partner. Now I know this is career and finance, but when I say power couple, like two people who are well-to-do or well off, right, money-wise. Maybe you're finding somebody who is really compatible with you financially and for your career. But the other way is, since this is career and finance, you may be partnering up with somebody. You may be making like a dynamic duo. Like the two of you may be able to conquer the world together on a business or a project or something like that. The Queen of Wands, though, in and of itself is about attraction. Queen of Wands can literally attract whatever they want into their life, but they must be authentic. They must be unequivocally the Queen of Wands. When the Queen of Wands tries to be somebody else, it literally doesn't work. And their superpower is being able to attract whatever it is that they want into their life. And so some of you, you may have that ability to do this, but Aquarius, it's important that you are doing this from a place of authenticity, and you're not doing something somebody else would do. Okay, so I definitely like to see that. Now, in the past, you have the Judgment card, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So this is the logical side of life here, okay? Swords can refer to logic, can refer to communication, and situations like that. It's like air energy, okay? And the Judgment card can be seen as a card of logic, because what the Judgment card asks you to do is it asks you to take a look at the places in your life where things are going well and where things are not going well, and ask yourself what it is that you can add or drop in your life in order to get over the hump of the major arcana. which would be to the world. That's the next card in line would be the world. And so this says, where can you add or drop something that will help you fulfill yourself and that will help you be successful, particularly in this case in career and financial matters, because that's what we're talking about. But this is about like rationality and just putting everything on the table. This is also the sort of accumulation of your actions, which is what your karma is. And so it says that the actions that you've taken up to this point are sort of rendering out in real time. Now, so in the past year, we see you getting real with yourself, with the judgment energy. Everything I described there can just be summed up as you getting real with yourself and taking a cold, hard look at everything. The Six of Swords here, this is about some type of transition going on in your life. And this is a really nice energy of kind of sailing on calmer shorelines, going to calmer waters, anything like that. So I do feel like some of you have made a move here in the past very clearly. I think you've put yourself first in making this move. And I think that ultimately this transition here has been very helpful for you. Now you have that paired with the Two of Swords. It may be that in the past there was some sort of injustice. There may have been something that you were not entirely clear on. And you may have found yourself getting clear on this situation. I think this transition that potentially some of you have been going through here in the past is probably because you recognize that there was something that you needed to drop with the Two of Swords and the Judgment card. And I feel like you're transitioning into the space, you're transitioning to a place where you can add something. You can add something to fulfill your life and to fulfill your career, your financial needs. Now, in the current situation, you have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So Wands is the suit of work, of enterprise. We have quite a few Wands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wands. So more Wands than not here. And out of all of the suits. And so your career situation, obviously we were looking at that in this reading, but you're doubling down on that right now. And so you have this Nine of Wands card. This Nine of Wands is about perseverance. It's about continuing forward and not giving up. You can see that this person's kind of grasping, ready for something, getting ready to really cross the finish line, because this is the second to last card before you have a completion, which is the Ten of Wands, right? And actually you have it next to it, I just realized. So 9 into 10, very nice. So you are completing this here, and in your current situation, you're being guided here to dig down in deep within yourself and stick to something and go forward with something. I don't know what that could be right now. If I'm looking at this, it could be anything. You've made a transition here, Aquarius, in the past. It looks like this is career related. It looks like you're completing something important. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's something. It looks like there's maybe even somebody else involved here. Could also see you maybe be stepping into a leadership role, or becoming a leader, or taking leadership over something here. You have this Wheel of Fortune, which is an incredibly positive card to find. This is Jupiter energy. This is about growth and expansion happening potentially in your life. Very amazing energy when you get the Wheel of Fortune. And so this says that maybe there's like perfect alignment happening for you in order to be able to complete, or in order to be able to make this completion. Remember, second to last here with the Judgment, second to last here with the Nine of Wands, and now the last with the Ten of Wands. So you are stepping through something, you are completing something here very clearly, and the Wheel of Fortune could give you a little bit of luck in making that situation happen. Now, in the future, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Hierophant, and you have the Five of Wands. All right, so some of you are maybe a little bit conflicted about your situation here, internally conflicted. I don't see a conflict with another person. I see harmony. I feel harmony between the Queen and the King of Wands in this case. I really do. And so I feel like there's something internally here in the future that you feel a little bit conflicted about. This could be around your thoughts about tradition or your thoughts about the organization that you work for because you have the Hierophant. Like this could be around, when I say thoughts around tradition, what I really mean is like conformity. Like I wonder if some of you are a little bit conflicted about the changes that may be happening in your workplace. Like you could see like maybe some of you are getting like a new boss if you're not a leader, or if you're not in a position of leadership or you're not the boss. Some of you may be getting a new leadership or something like that, and some of you may feel a little conflicted about that. There is a completion here with the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands may suggest that there's a little bit more work ahead, because you can see that they're in the process of sort of climbing uphill, but it's almost like maybe some of you are completing something here in the future and you're conflicted about how it's being resolved. Let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. So I've already shuffled this tarot deck. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the Death card, you have the King of Swords, the Justice card, and you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so here's the thing. For some of you, like what's going on here is if you've been promised a job raise and this has not come in, you will take a new opportunity somewhere else. And I think you'll have it lined up. Like you won't just quit without having a job lined up. Like you'll absolutely have a job lined up before you leave. But for some of you, there's been you have been extremely close to getting a promotion or extremely close to getting like a bonus or something like that here, because you have this Knight of Pentacles, which is rewards coming with hard work, or rewards coming after hard work. You can see the Pentacles being kind of handed to somebody, and the Knight of Pentacles is a card of extreme hard work and you having put a lot of effort into something. The King of Swords is somebody who's a subject matter expert, somebody who's an authority figure, somebody who knows what they're doing. This could be somebody who helps you get from point A to point B. And again, I feel like, for some of you, you clearly have the requisite skills here with the King and the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. And I feel like maybe there was even a promise that was made by a person in a position of leadership. And it's almost like now that we're in the middle here, in a current situation, Five of Pentacles and the Justice card, actually the King of Swords and the Justice card are very similar energies. You can even see it in the illustration. But both cards are cards of Libra. And so some of you may want to watch the Libra reading, but also the Justice card, though, as you see the scale here, this is about divine law and order. Okay, this is about everything working out within the divine courts. If you've been promised something and you've done the work, everything will work out for you. It may not be a straight line from point A to point B, but ultimately, this promise that has been made to you at some point will come back around. Who knows how long that will take, but with the Justice card, it says that the karmic scales are balancing out and tipping in your favor. In the future, you have this death energy with the Ace of Cups. So the Death card is a transformation happening in your life. This is a good transformation for you. You have this here with the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning that makes you happy. And so when I said this might not be a straight line from point A to point B, this could be a situation where you were promised something, it doesn't come through, you find another opportunity somewhere else, you're hired, it comes with more money, there's your new beginning, there's your transformation. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you have very good karma here on your side at this time, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. So we have the Coffin card, we have the Pathway, and we have Courtship. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely an ending with Coffin and transformation. I do wonder if some of you, look at this. Wow, isn't this interesting? So there's a new path being illuminated for you here with this Pathway card. Somebody's going to try to hire you. Somebody's going to try to headhunt you. And I say that in a good way, Aquarius here, in that you may get like a job, you may see a job listing on LinkedIn, or somebody on LinkedIn or another platform may send you a message and say, hey, like, are you looking for a new opportunity here? They're courting you. And this represents the illumination of a new pathway here. This may also refer, with this coffin card and the death card here, you ending what you used to be doing or ending your situation in your old organization. And this may feel like, this may be the thing that you feel very conflicted about doing, but ultimately it's pretty good. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.